How would you rate the Colts' performance against the Jags this past weekend in week 2?
Awful. Piss. Poop. Shit. Atrocious. Embarrassment. I mean, the list literally goes on and on and on and on. Kyle knows this, that when we talked personally when the schedule came out and I went down the list and I was like, I do my personal, like, this is a win, this is a loss. I said this was a loss. And Kyle laughed. I know my team. I know them deep rootedly, internally. Like, I'm basically in the locker room. I know this organization. I know how it works. Matt Ryan looked like a 55-year-old man all over again. The offensive line was terrible. We weren't able to run the football. We had turnovers. Bro, our pass defense was abysmal. On the ground, they ran the ball 37 times. We held them to 2.6 yards per carry. So our run defense is solid. Solid as shit. Bro, but pass coverage, Kenny Moore was getting embarrassed. Stephon Gilmore was getting embarrassed. Nick Cross was getting embarrassed. Our secondary looks like dog shit. We get no pressure on the quarterback again. Basically, for almost 2 straight weeks, outside of Kwity Paye's 2 sacks last week, we would basically have 0. We didn't sack Trevor Lawrence not once today. He had a passer rating of 121. He only had 5 incompletions. He had 2 touchdowns. There is literally nothing you can say positive about the Colts. Not one thing. And as negative as it sounds, this was like a washed game. Like, I would have rathered you put in Nick Foles or Sam Ellinger at this point because Matt Ryan played that bad. He had a pass rating of 34. Matt Ryan had 3 interceptions. It literally just, why? Like, play calling in some instances atrocious. Protection, Matt Ryan had no time in certain instances. Had to throw the ball away, and 2 plays in particular, he threw it up instead of out, and it sailed into double coverage. And the Jaguars picked it off twice. One of them was a deflection, but still, it's genuinely the point of I can't handle this week in and week out. Honestly, like, there's times I don't want to watch this team play football. Like, it's just so frustrating. Like, we're continuing the shit performance that we ended the season with last year. All this hype around him being a good leader, all this hype around his accuracy and how he demands the ball in certain places, and the defense is coming back better than ever. Adding Ngakoue. Starting to see that trade might have been a regret. I know it's 2 weeks in. Rocky Yacin's out here making good plays in Vegas, and we need cornerback depth because the corners that we have right now are getting torched. I mean, Christian Kirk killed us for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who the fuck is Christian Kirk? Realistically, like, seriously, who are you, bro? We have been making fun of you all offseason for getting such a massive bag, and he killed us. Bro, Evan Ingram had 7 catches. That man is a walking Butterfinger, and he had 7 catches. Like, there is 0 excuse for us to be a professional football team right now. 24 points allowed to the Jaguars, which could have been a lot worse. Once again, the defense did what it needed to do to stop the run because they were trying to drain the clock as much as possible. And I think we had 4 or 5 possessions in the fourth quarter alone because we were able to stop them. But our offense couldn't go anywhere. We were completely incapable of moving the football. I also want to touch Mike Strain or Mike Strauch, whatever the hell his name is, number 17 on the Colts. He is 6'4". Why is it he only gets 3 targets? Why is Desmond Patton getting 6? He is literally proven to us in a multitude of plays in multiple instances between last season and this season that he can play, throw up and get it at the goal lines, crossing over the middle of the field. And we're sitting here, we're giving Ashland Doolin more touches. Play calling. Jonathan Taylor had 9 rushes. 9. 9, for those of you that can't hear. Our best player didn't touch the football. Again, I'm not understanding this. I'm flabbergasted that this happened the way that it did. I literally left my house at 1:45 and we were already down 14 and there was like 8 minutes left in the first quarter. I literally left my house laughing, saying that this game is already over. And we ended up losing by 24. Shut them down in the second half. They only had 7 points. Didn't do anything. The Colts are an embarrassment, bro. The Colts might literally be one of the worst teams in the division because I saw more fight in Houston playing Denver today. Houston, embarrassment. That's all I have to say.